Am I the jerk for not giving my girlfriend my social security number so she can run a background check on me? Posted by you/alarmed_sorbet8101. I, 27M, have been in a relationship with my girlfriend, 31F, for almost a year now. This evening, she sat me down and said she needed to have a serious conversation with me. She then asked for my social security number. I immediately said absolutely not and asked why she would need that. She explained that her ex-boyfriend had essentially been living a double life. He had a number of criminal charges in his past that he had never disclosed to her and eventually exposed her to sketchy and dangerous behavior. She broke things off with him after he cheated. I said, "Okay, thank you for telling me that, but what does that have to do with my social security number?" She went on to say that ever since that relationship, she's had her friend, who works for the federal government, run background checks on people she's dating to ensure they're safe. She explained that since our relationship is progressing, she needs to know I'm a safe partner, which is why she wants my SSN to check my criminal history. For the record, I don't even have a parking ticket. I'm a nerd and a gym rat. All I do is work, go to school, play board games, come home, watch anime, rinse and repeat. So I have no issue with her running a background check. I know she won't find anything. But I'm not comfortable giving out my SSN. That's a line I'm not willing to cross. When I told her this, she got upset and said I don't understand what women go through and that this is about her safety. I admitted that she's right, I have no idea what women go through, but that doesn't change my stance on giving my SSN to a complete stranger. She argued that her friend isn't a stranger, he's one of her best friends and married to one of her close friends. I replied, "Honey, that's great, but I don't know him. I don't trust him because I don't know him. That's my personal information you're asking for. You can trust him with your personal information if you want, but no one I don't know is getting my SSN or critical details. It's just not happening." She then said that our relationship won't be able to progress unless I give her friend my SSN because she needs to feel safe. She also said she was offended that I don't trust her judgment in choosing friends. At that point, I got up and left, telling her that while I respect her concerns, her past trauma doesn't give her the right to strong-arm me into sharing sensitive information with someone I don't know just because he works for the federal government and has access to a database. I used to work for the federal government myself, so I know from experience that not everyone working there is automatically trustworthy. It's not that I'm assuming her friend is a bad person, but the fact that he works for the government doesn't prove anything to me. She called me insensitive and hasn't spoken to me since. Personally, I feel like she was gaslighting me into giving her what she wants, but I'm not entirely sure. Update 3 days later. After reading the comments I've been getting over the last few days, I decided to call her on New Year's Eve and give things one last chance because I'm the type of person who needs to know I did everything I could before walking away from a relationship. Some people said she has valid concerns but went about them the wrong way, which made sense. I told her, I understand and respect your need to ensure your safety, but I'm not willing to potentially compromise my safety to make you feel safe by handing over my SSN to someone I don't know and don't trust. It's illegal for him to even use a federal database for personal reasons. So that's out. But what I will do is pay for a background check of your choosing, as long as it's a legitimate service, and give you the results. I will not be providing my social security number to anyone, but my address, date of birth, etc., are all fair game. She refused and said that she had chosen a background check, having her friend do it, because she knows she can trust him. So I said, if that's how you feel and you won't budge, then the issue here is trust, and I'm not willing to stay in a relationship with a woman who doesn't trust me because of some crap that doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm not paying for another man's sins, and I'm not giving you my social security number because your ex was a criminal. She started crying and asking why I couldn't understand that it's not about me, it's about her. I said, you made it about me when you asked for my SSN. She got pissed and started accusing me of lying about caring about her safety, saying that if I really cared, I'd have no problem doing this because I don't understand how vulnerable women are in society. So I said, I was willing to work with you up to a reasonable point, but now you're just trying to manipulate me, and I don't feel safe being with you anymore. Because if this is how you react when you don't get your way about having my SSN, what happens the next time we have a major disagreement or a serious situation? Are you going to keep crying to try to get your way or throw out another ultimatum to try to force me into doing what you want? She started saying that, as a man, I can't understand what it's like to go through life as a woman and have to be afraid, and that this is what she has to do for her safety and security, and I need to just respect that and give her what she needs for her comfort. I was like, I tried to compromise, you wouldn't accept it, there's nothing more to say here. To be clear, I wasn't exactly calm. I have severe anxiety, so this was a really hard conversation for me to have. I was actively pacing around my house, sweating, and forcing the words out the entire time. Then she started crying and asking about New Year's because we were supposed to spend it with her parents. I said, you should have thought about that before you tried to strong-arm me into getting your way. This isn't an and everyone stood up and applauded moment, that's just how things went. I hung up, and now we're over. Obviously, I'm hurt, but I'm realizing I dodged a bullet because there's no reason things should have gotten this messy. And before anyone tries to jump me in the comments, again, I offered to pay for the check. She refused because it wasn't the test she wanted. I feel like I made a good faith effort to resolve things. Hate to ring in the new year without a kiss under the mistletoe, but it is what it is. I don't know if she really is that concerned I'm some lunatic criminal or if she was trying to scam me like a lot of you said. Either way, it's over now.